White Marlin. 100 metres to go. The favourite's going to salute, and the big crowd love it. White Marlin won in 5 lengths. Second protect.
Welcome back to my channel, everybody, for Group 1 Kennedy Oaks Stakes Day. 2,500 metres for the feature, and the favourite looks very hard to beat. But let's get into the preview and find some winners. And hopefully more than I found on Melbourne Cup Day, only finding White Marlin, and he was the dominant favourite. Though he won like a dominant thing, and he was too good for them. But hoping to find some more, but what I'm hoping to do so on what looks a great card for Group 1 Kennedy Oaks Day. Race number 1 on Oaks Day, and it is a Fillies and Mares benchmark 70 over the 1,700 metres, and I've got one at odds here for you guys in Cabaca for Jmac and Chris Waller, 54 kilos, barrier 3, early money supporter, it bids 23 into $12. I think that this horse can win. It's won its maiden 2 starts ago, being Ignacio by a length and 3/4. For the 1,500 metres, instead up to the 2,000 in the Ethereal, and I thought was pretty disappointing behind Renaissance Woman. But they've continued on with the preparation, coming here to this race. Jmac, 54, lightweight. I think that it sets up really well for this horse. Matron, Bullwinkel, obviously the main danger. Jmac on, Kieran and David Eustace, coming off the win in the Melbourne Cup yesterday. Very good chance. Just a query if she'll handle soft ground, but if the track dries out so good, she'll be one of the main chances. Taliqua will just sit back and watch it all happen. Charge late. And Arctica, I was happy to take on at 440. I rather would take that around Matron Bullwinkel than Arctica. That does have a better class about it, does Arctica. But I'm with Cabaca in the first for Jmac to have the first winner on Oaks Day. 15 the win. Race number 2 at Flemington is the Group 3 Ottawa Stakes over the 1,000 metres down the straight. And I'm with Spicy Margs. Michael Price and Mick Kent Jr. know how to unveil a 2-year-old, and I think that this one can win here for Mark Zara. Drawn barrier 1 for this speedster, who offers jump outs as a jump and run type of horse, and I think it can go to the front and kick away and be very, very strong for this field. I'm quite keen on its chances, hoping it finds the rail first, and with these 2-year-olds, it will advantage this horse. I've got Charmstone here for a second, just a query where it's going to go, if it doesn't race here or does it go to Sydney. Comes here, it's a very good chance for Michael Price, Michael Kent Jr. The stablemate on my top selection for Damien Lane. Empress of Wonder, I thought that she was just going to be my top selection, but she's drawn barrier 20, but she does have Jmac on to revert that coin. So I think she's a great chance, but just the barrier concerns me. And Abstruse for Jmac, number 8. Chooses to ride this horse over Charmstone, so I find that very interesting. But I'm with Spicy Margs in the Group 3 Ottawa, 30 the win. Race number 3 at Flemington is the English Bracelet over the mile, and I'm with Climbing Star. I'm not saying the favourite can't win. I'm just saying that he's vulnerable, and I'll explain why now. Climbing Star. One on debut, and then went to the Group 2 last start, where she was hailed the winner at the top of the straight, but Zoe's Promise kicked back on the inside to win the Group 2 Fillies Classic. Was very good in defeat. Only narrow defeat there. Drops from 57 to 52. Barrier 5, perfect. Craig Williams on, quite keen on its chances. Roots for second. Could come out and bolt in for James McDonald. But the 4 kilo weight difference got me a little here, but will handle the ground. Rocket Clock for third. Is probably the classiest horse in the field. Good second at record. Good at Flemington. Just a query, it doesn't want it too wet, but is drawn well in barrier 6. And Sir Lemaire for Chris Waller, the stablemate to Roots, I thought was a good chance at $7. But Climbing Star for mine in the English Bracelet, 35 to win. Race number 4 at Flemington is a listed desirable stakes over the 1,400 metres, and I think you have to believe what you saw last start with Grey River. John O'Connor brings it over from South Australia, finds Damien Oliver, winnable weight 56, and has barrier 10, and was extremely dominant last start, winning by 7.3 lengths over the 1,250. So the 1,400 in my mind shouldn't be an issue for this horse. I'm actually pretty keen on its chances. And I think he can win for John O'Connor. And you've always got to respect the stables from South Australia when they bring them over to Victoria. So good chance is Grey River. Portray for second for Jamie Carr. 56 kilos. Barrier 6, will handle the ground, and has a pretty good winning strike rate, winning half of her career starts. Just a query about handling Flemington, but I think she should be a good chance. Sweetened, I think they're going to go to the last day of the carnival. And Birdies, Galore, a good chance. Will handle the ground at $13. But I'm with Grey River in the list of desirable stakes, 30 the win. Race number 5 at Flemington, and it is a benchmark 90 handicap over the 1800 metres, and I'm with Right You Are. For Ben Mellerman, Kieran Moore, and David Eustace, 54.5 kilos, third up. Should be ready to go. Barrier 13 is alright for this horse. Should settle in a prominent position. Loves Flemington, has first, second, and third from 3 goes at the track. Handles all conditions. Just don't want it to get into the heavy range for this horse, but I don't think it should. And I think it's the one to beat. St. Bathans for second. If we were on genuine heavy ground, I reckon he'd be the one to beat. But just a question about how he goes on soft ground or even a good track. But Dean Holland's going to get everything out of him. With 55 kilos, just drop a bit from his grand handicap win at Caulfield a couple of weeks back, beating Cap de Joie. Alcyone, I thought, was under the odds at 420. Yes, it can win. It's got Jmac in the saddle. But I think that the two ahead of him, Right You Are and St. Bathans, are better chances than him. In 5th position, I thought was over the odds at $15. But I'm with Right You Are and St. Bathans, 10 on both of them in race 5 at Flemington. Race number 6 at Flemington is a listed GH Bomb Century Stakes over the 1,000 metres, and I'm with Joyful Fortune. Should be winning here for Josh Parr and Mark Newnham. Just a query if he comes here, if he goes to the last race on Stakes Day. I think he's personally going to go to the last race on Stakes Day, though he does have a big weight there, so maybe the weight advantage here could come here, but either way, he'll bolt in either race, but I think this race is just sets up so well for him. He goes forward, change up speed, and I think he'll just be winning here. And this jockey said in the Everest that he would be better suited back to the 1,000 metres and potentially back down the straight, and that's where he is here. Drawn beautifully in Barrier 7, and I think it's a very, very good winning chance. Zoo Style for second now. I'm going to be with this horse if they scratch from this race. Will handle the track, will handle conditions. Just a query if he handles it straight, but look, he's hard fit, 4th up for Damien Oliver, and will handle any conditions, and I think it's a very good chance. Halvorsen probably wants a dry track. Andrew Malian comes down from Brisbane to ride him, but just wants a dry track, though. He's an elite straight track horse. And Sartorial Splendor has beaten Halvorsen before, and I thought was over the odds at $26, but I'm with Joyful Fortune, 35 to win and 25 to win on Zoostyle if the favourite is scratched. Race number 7 at Flemington is the MCC final, the Melbourne Cup Country Series final over the 1,600 metres, and I'm with Toregene here. Dean end of the board, 54 kilos, and the stable decided to take the blinkers off and put the winkers on him. I think that'll enhance this horse's chances, and he's only second up here, Barrier 6. He's the best chance in this race that I could find. I think he'll be winning. Maximus Prime for second. Jmac, 16.5 kilos. Got to carry the big weight, but it was a big win first up, and he's drawn a gate to lead here or go forward. Will handle it all conditions, and is a great chance. Prowling, I thought, it was another one of the horses that I could run well here. Very consistent. Just probably wants a firm deck. And Corona Lad was a tragedy beaten last night at Caulfield, and I think would need genuine heavy ground to show his best. But I'm with Toregene and the Melbourne Cup Country Series final over the mile at Flemington, 25. Race number 7 at Flemington is the Group 1 Canada Oaks over the 2,500 metres, and I'm with the favourite in She's Extreme. She's extremely hard to beat here for Tommy Berry and Anthony Cummings. This horse is already a Group 1 winner and is multiple Group 1 placed, and was Group 1 placed the last 2 in the Flight Stakes and the Spring Champion Stakes last start in Sydney over the 2,000 metres. Wet tracks are going to bother up, and I think that this horse is clearly the one to beat. Pavitra for second. Jamie Carr's Mountain this year's Oaks. Very good chance. I thought ran really well in the Wakeful on Saturday, beaten by Zennzella, but does get a jockey upgrade to Jamie Carr from Josh Parr. Take nothing away from Josh Parr, of course. And then my next selection is Zennzella. Outstayed Pavitra on Saturday, and the Kira and Dave Eustace, they were going really well at the moment. I think can win again. It was a big win in the Wakeful, and Foxy Cleopatra only has to see out the trip to be a very good winning chance for Blake Shin, who is riding on a feather at the moment. But she's extreme for mine in the Group 1 Kennedy Oaks, 50 to win. And race number 9 at Flemington is the Red Roses Stakes at Group 3 level over the 1100 metres. And Greece, if she gets around in this field, is clearly the one to beat. And I think she will. I think there'll be a couple of scratchings here. She's the one to beat. Jmac on 55 kilos in the last. She's a wet track horse. She'll handle the soft ground. Don't want to get into heavy for her, though. Barrier 6 is perfect. She's the one to beat. And I think we'll be winning the last on Oaks Day. English Riviera for second was a big win last. Narrowly getting there at Coolfield for Blake. And it is a good chance again here. Bound for Home, another one that won impressively first up, though then did fail second up. Third up, Margs are on. Archie Alexander brings her down the straight, so interesting to see how she goes. And Paris Dior, probably the class in the race, but just a query about how well she is going for Tommy Brewing. Does have barrier 13. But I am with Greece in the last, 45 to win. Thank you for watching my preview for Group 1 Kennedy Oaks Day. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you for Group 1 Stakes Day. That preview will be up very